I've been teaching this student for over 1 year and his game has trended perfectly in the right direction. But the 2 drills that he's been using throughout the past 6 months have really propelled his game. Stay tuned to find out what they are. Introducing Alex. Alex has come all the way to Dubai from
Atlanta, Georgia.
So we're over here right now playing a pro-am. It's the first time I've actually met Alex in person. We've been doing online coaching for about 18 months or so.
About 18 months, yeah.
And his game has gone pretty good, I think it's fair to say.
It has. It's gotten more consistent and dropped probably 7 or 8 strokes off my handicap since that time.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that as well. And can you just tell the folks at home how did you come to me? Why me?
I actually tried a lesson with the head pro at the club that I joined and just didn't mesh well with him, didn't like him, was looking at YouTube videos, saw your stuff, saw Pete's stuff.
Yep.
And you said, hey, come take a complimentary lesson with me on Skillest. I was like, let's give it a try. And then, been working with you ever since.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So there's 2 really key drills that we've worked, obviously there's lots of drills you've worked on in the past kind of year, but there's 2 that you kind of have as your go-to. Would that be fair?
That would be fair.
Right, so drill number 1, this is an absolute golden one, and I talk about this a lot on a lot of my videos, is the equal opposite drill, where Alex is basically trying to make his hands work equally against each other to help him stabilize that club face. Because in the past, Alex's takeaway was going too much behind his body. I see this a lot. Now, this doesn't necessarily, well, this can mean a few things. A lot of players ride the club up the back and they throw it over the top. Or they just come back down the same way they've gone up and they can hit it too much from the inside and hit that big slingy draw or the big block. So even if you're a slicer or a hooker, interesting way of putting it, then this drill is amazing for you. It's going to help you not only stabilize the face, but get that shaft on plane. So Alex, talk me through the feel that you have when you're bringing this club back to waist height on the takeaway.
So it's really first getting my hands set, making sure they're working against each other, setting it here, and then just keeping my hands inside and my club head outside my hands.
Perfect. So what he's meaning there is as his hands keep basically underneath his left shoulder, the club head stays a little bit more on the outside of his hands. So this hand was often the weak hand. You'll find that a lot with a lot of players. The right hand is the one that becomes passive and allows that club just to flop inside there. Whether it flops inside open or closed, again, every player is different, but he's able to use his equally opposing hand positions to stop that club from whipping inside. And what we mean by that as well, just to be in a bit more detail, if I just borrow your club a second, Alex. If I put my left hand on, left hand, open the face, okay? If I get my right hand and I close the face. Now, if I put those 2 forces equally against each other, both hands are turning in against each other, but that club face is not moving, okay? So basically he's able to stabilize the face by making sure the hands are doing the exact same thing against each other, okay? Yeah. So Alex does this on the takeaway, so if you want to just show us that takeaway position, if you want to swing it to waist height for me. Okay, perfect. The checkpoint Alex has got here is the leading edge is parallel to his spine angle. The shaft here is parallel to his feet, and he knows he's on plane. Once these hands also, from an equal opposite position, start to hinge correctly, which is what they will do, this shaft angle now becomes around about 45 degrees versus the swing plane line. So again, it's working in that circle around his body. As he then starts to initiate his rotation of his body, he builds a beautiful backswing. And most importantly, the face angle stays square. So he's not having to think about everything that's going on in his swing. He's literally focusing on what his hands are doing on the takeaway, stabilize the club face. Again, something that the majority, you can release that now. The majority of amateur golfers struggle to control the face. We get so obsessed with swing path that we forget face. Someone that can swing it 10 degrees out to in or in to out can still hit pretty neutral-ish shots. Face control is key. So this is amazing for that face control.
I'd actually say on the equal and opposites, it really helps with the short game as well.
Yes.
It's a huge control because you're able to just get it set and move your arms and not have as much hands and flip.
Yeah.
And get much more consistent with it.
Yeah, because I mean, we see from a short game perspective, we'll see a lot of this action. So we're actually, players will try and slide the club underneath it, whereas if you're focused on that equal opposite, you're stabilizing the face, you're keeping the hands in front of the stomach, and then you're effectively just, it's like, that's your kind of standard go-to chip shot, pitch shot, isn't it? It just keeps the hands in front of the body, and the body then just constantly rotating. Awesome. That is drill number 1. That's helped us massively, hasn't it? So we've been playing today, and actually just sometimes if Alex does just slip a little bit inside, I'm like, equal opposite. He's like, oh yeah, let's get this back out there. So it's always something that you can kind of come back to as well. Drill number 2, I think this is definitely, I reckon this has got to be your favorite.
It is.
I see this drill a lot from Alex.
Yeah, and it's something I picked up from Andy very early on, just to get a better idea of how the swing plane should feel, because how you think it feels and how it actually feels are two entirely different things.
Absolutely.
And I would say also this takes into equal opposite, because you want to get the hands set to control the club face.
Yeah.
And it's cack-handed, and you're doing the same thing.
So as a right-handed golfer, left hand goes below the right, and he brings it into this takeaway position. All he's got to remember to do is keep turning. But what he's able to do, for Alex in particular, he's able to create the height. Lifting of this left arm allows him to create height. Now Pete loves this for the downswing as well, because it allows this right forearm to spin down into the delivery position, keeps the hands in front of the chest, as you can see there, and if you open your body up to the ball, we get into a really powerful impact position where the hands effectively get ahead of the golf ball at impact as well. So it really puts you into some fantastic positions as well. Yeah, so if you take your setup to that again, you can use your equally opposing hands into that takeaway position, rotate the body up to the top, and we're getting the club at that 45-degree angle on the way up. And as he starts to deliver this down, this right forearm is effectively going to rotate towards the target. There we go, it's straightened out. The elbow's in front of the stomach, so he's not got it. See this seam line of the t-shirt? A lot of players try and get obsessed with swinging the golf club on the inside and start looping it over there. His elbow is nowhere near the seam line, okay? It's in front of him. His hands are in front of his body. He's maintained posture. He's able to rotate out through impact, and that's where he starts to build his compression from there. So it's a brilliant little drill to do at home. I've seen you doing this at home.
Absolutely.
And you could even get 7-iron and chop it down.
I even just do it sitting here without anything in my hands.
Yeah.
Because you just get the sensation and it just locks everything in.
I say that a lot. Like I always like use your if you're a right-handed player, use your left thumb as effectively the shaft of the club. That's what your right hand's wrapping over, and just feel that motion. That's your equal opposite. Then go into your cack-handed, and then just get that right elbow effectively just bent into the stomach a little bit.
And then you can even do cack-handed without it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little harder, but it just gives you the feel.
Gives you the feel
of how everything stays.
Because you don't end up then getting that external shoulder rotation, the club in behind, and you don't get stuck into there. I'm going off piste a little bit now, but a lot of players get obsessed with early extension, and that's because the club's stuck behind. So we just fall into these rabbit holes of information that we can pick up, and we end up not knowing what the hell we're doing. And by the way, I'm also in that category. He's watched me for 36 holes now. He must be thinking, what is in your head? So yeah, it's a frustrating game, but we love it. We absolutely love it. So Alex, thank you so much. Actually, no, I can't let you go without flushing one for us.
Okay.
He's got a flush one, hasn't he? So do you build any of those drills into a routine on the golf course? Do you?
I do. When I forget to sometimes, but if I just do this, it reminds me to get my hands set.
Yeah.
Much better to address here versus sometimes thinking I'm presetting impact, and that actually is it causes me to go a little further inside.
Nice, yeah. Not bad. In fair, just a little bit high on the ball, but I was thinking to myself, he's under a lot of pressure here. He's probably thinking, oh my God, I've got to flush this now. Give you one more. So same again, that rotation, get the club on the outside of the hands on the way up, nice high hands. Better. Good. And again, one more. One for the road. There it is. That is a beauty. They got better and better as the pressure started to wear off a little bit. They got better and better. Massive thank you to Alex for coming on the video and also flying from Atlanta to Dubai just to do this video. Just for this 8 minutes, he flew 20 hours just for this video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Skillest. Like Alex, you can also get a complimentary lesson where I'll give you a little bit of my wisdom. All right, thanks very much. Take care. Cheers, Alex.
Thank you.